Where's he going with this shit?
Oh no, you belong to somebody new.
'Cause tonight you belong to me. I'm from One West headquarters. Follow my captain's orders. Live in the land of pain and torture. No straw, but they want their mortar. Tell Trump, fuck borders. P.S. Prepare for slaughter. Never take their sons and daughters. Never give them alls in return. Niggas never wanna learn. Till they laying in the urn. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You got to burn. Even if I gotta go with it. So fuck it, is you with it? Niggas never feel froggy, they just wanna rip it. If I see a bad bitch, then I gotta rip it. Your lip looking like the Red Sea when I split it. Tell me why that flow so vicious. Every time he switches, beat a nigga ass like mama did with switches. You niggas looking real, real gay. Where are the bitches? I mean, where are the sisters? Better stay away from witches. That's a brouhaha. Love me if she brew ya. White people he brew now. If you didn't know, then you do now. You belong to me. Yeah. Alright. This nigga's bonkers. From the same city as the Knickerbockers. Name ring bells from here to Yonkers. Or Nicaragua. You niggas too thirsty, you need some agua. I ain't talking Fina. When they kill my dog, I ain't hear shit from Peter. These niggas talk Kent, but they really mean FEMA. Haven't cut this eye, got more stripes than Adidas. If you ain't a bad bitch, then get the fuck off my penis. 1-2 step with a meat tree drip. Keep my circle tighter than my meat tree is. If I don't fuck with you, you a piece of shit. When I dip, you dip, we dip, we dip. This the type of shit that I sing to my bitch. No 6ix9ine, we don't sing no snitch. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. You belong to me. It's you, baby. One more time. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. 'Cause you belong to me. One more time for the ladies in the back, eh?
One West. Yeah. I'ma do it when you afraid to do it. I'ma say what you ain't gon' say. I'ma tell you what you need to hear. This life, they got us fucked up, man. Real fucked up. Look. Feel me one time. Look. Yo. I know struggle, I know pain. I know my people strung off with the dope to cope with the long days. I know this place called America. I know this place where they deal with us like homeland terrorists. I know this place got us fucked up. I know this place got us positioned so we never try to stand up. I know this place wanna see me sleep. And when it come to my people, they love to see a black man weep. But it's survival of the fittest. And when it comes to the law, best believe we gon' get it. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lies. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lives. Rise Israel, rise. Rise Israel, rise. Yeah, look, this ain't no place you wanna be, where you can surrender from a flea and still be dead in the streets. This white man, he play for keeps. And when it comes to his love, you should never wanna see. I want war, fuck peace. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want them dead in the streets. Yeah, so prepare them troops, because my king come through, he gon' show you what it do. Death to all you other nations, you had a hand in the equation for this hell I be facing. See, man, y'all think it's a game when we bring it to you like this, man. I gotta give you the truth. When they lie to you, you love the lies cause it tastes sweet. But it's truth bitter, and it hits you straight in the core, man. But you need it. One West shit. Now, I got the pleasure to introduce you to that Philly barbarian. Hey yo, Salakia cat, you had something to say? Rise Israel.
All this pain and it's hard to cope. Your situation stay the same, so it's hard to hope. You say you tired of moving cane, now they call you broke. There's new rules to the game, you ain't hardly know. So that's why you gotta play it smarter. I'd rather die on my feet as a man than a martyr. That's just a lesson for my daughters. Just know their father gave his life just to build you a fortress, so you would always be protected. Just know you living in a world where you gon' feel neglected. I tell you while you young, just so you'll expect it. And when that fake love come, you can reject it. But this is hectic, give me one more second. I just hope you make the same choices and never reckless. I don't want you losing your innocence prematurely. For you, I'll be judge, executioner, and the jury. And just know you worth all the diamonds and all the jewelry. Every single ruby, and never shine way that you be. That's why if they wanna hurt you, they gotta go through me. And even if I can't be by your side physically, I just want my baby girls to rise out this misery. That's why I be working and despise every enemy, cause they wanna separate our bond and our memory. So I fight for victory, and I fight for pain, and I fight so you don't have to ever do the same. Until I rise again.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. They afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are no similes and no metaphor. If we ghetto youth dream, if we get a car, buy a house, try make it out. Nuff no get so far. Nuff no live so long, we get vaccine. Ghetto people no want to no vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, for we stop cream and can live a better life and stop dream. For the youth them way in a jailhouse, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. Me say vaccine, what for make no see road quarantine. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be will leaders. Food power next time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop deceive the poor and every workplace start give people more vaccine. Me nah lie, we need the cure. For police stop kick in we door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle mill. Fi cut the pipe in, look how long I'll price drop, but JPS I give you some fuckery like Billy Walla who no fit. Go hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. UPK got the vaccine. Mr. General Yan have the vaccine. General Myman have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatak got the vaccine. Hey, Abadawan got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. Me say vaccine. Vaccine.
Shalom, Yahweh,
You know, we're holding it down for Command GEN.YAHANNA tonight. I think John Hazy going to join us later on. You know what I mean? We live again Saturday night on the BLACKWATCH, rocking it out, rocking on the stories. You know what I mean? Giving them the weekend wellness check. Yeah,
that's right.
we had Nathan, Captain Nathan down there in North Carolina, both sides, guys. Who's the brother there? Mahaya down there too. I see it with the next piece there. Looking around. Both sides, guys. Africa also too, checking in live from hell. Both sides, guys.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Sack pass there.
Already.
Currently rocking in DC here, myself, Captain Mashak, and Officer Kazak. I have our body on the way, a warrior on the way. I think the Kamaya, he gonna try and come on through too. Yeah, I mean, Lord, we got a good show in 2 hours. We're gonna be rocking with you all tonight. You know what I mean? Y'all have any articles, any points you all want to bring, or just type them in the chat. We're gonna try to cover it. But for sure tonight, I know we have a good few stories. You know what I mean? From Naomi Osaka, like black people, we got to do a little better as a nation. We quick to praise with one hand and then slap with the other. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I know you all heard what happened with her.
Come.
You know what I mean? You had a situation with her. Then they're tying in some they say some company in Florida have links to them men who went in Jovenel Place with the Haitian president assassination. There's some security company that they hired a mercenary type, them, you know, ex-English and ex-Marine, that they say that company tied to them men somehow. That could be a scapegoat. Who the hell knows?
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. And of course, the monkeypox.
Oh my goodness.
The chimpanzee crisis.
It's hell coming on this place.
The plague, the Lord getting comical with the plagues now.
Right. That's right. One monkey don't stop no show.
All the monkey jokes are to come. Monkey know what tree to climb.
That's right.
Monkey see, monkey do. All the monkeys coming out now. I mean, goddamn, the Lord probably said enough with all this, you know, high-tech chemical stuff, all this SARS and H1N1. I'm gonna just give them a monkey virus. Yeah, I mean, and okay, America doesn't have a whole history of calling black people monkeys. And in the racist hotbelt of Texas, they have a virus called monkey virus. Right. Shut your white mouth.
That's right.
White mouth.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that. I think you had a story too. You wanted to pop out. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It's just something I saw last night. I ain't see it on the news, but somehow I came across it. It's in Tennessee, I believe. I think it's Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know if Kahan heard about it. With the young brother who got shot in the back by a white cop down there, and he pleaded. The white man do a plea deal, so he didn't take the route Derek Chauvin take with actually going to trial. He actually pleaded up front, and the judge gave him 3 years for this shit. Crazy.
I remember that. I think that's the one. Them brothers down there went and they interviewed the family. It was like they was chasing him in a neighborhood.
Yes.
The cop couldn't run with him no more and just stop and aim and put some bullets in his back. I think I remember that story for real.
Like 15, from 15, I think, feet away. He pulled his gun out, hit him, I think, 3 times, one in the back, it lodged in the brother's spine, and then one of the bullets lodged in the front of the brother's head. The other went through the torso, and the 4th one he missed. So that was kill shots.
Yeah, them so calm. They're constant, like them kill shots there. When them ain't to slow them down shots.
Nah,
them kill shots when you aiming for the spine and the head. Them that paralyze you there. You get hit in the spine.
Yeah. Well, the brother he died, and
they showed
he
was young, right? He was a teenager, right?
Yeah, he was young. He was young. I think he was either in his 20s or something like that. I think even the cop and all was young too, but you could see the cop. You know, what I mean, I don't know if you could play the video. I don't know if it is what you call it again. We some legal issues with playing the video, but you could clearly see that black family don't give a damn about, you know what I mean, white people on the whole after this, you know what I mean, incident. It's really it's sad that it'll take that for us to actually recognize that the white man, you know what I mean, is the devil. The Bible speaks of. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like you could clearly see from the I believe the prosecutor, he was reading the whole the whole take on the incident, and you could clearly see that this man wanted to kill this brother. This white man wanted to kill this. It wasn't like, you know what I mean, he's trying to stop a crime or nothing. It wasn't like, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, he went, we'll say I want him to say above and beyond, but he went to the extent where, you know what I mean, he had to get like what he sort of called it,
reprimanded, or you talking about
like,
I forgot the word. I forgot the word you're talking about.
Like a kill. Some type of, I forget the term they use, but he wanted that under his badge.
And broad daylight too.
Yeah, that brother was out. He was gone. So he stopped. He's like, okay, that's it. And he pulled that gun out and shot it. But
and this is so like,
oh man,
if I could, Captain, I thought.
Go ahead.
That's why these young brothers out here, man, should pay attention to what we've been bringing out on these streets and on the social media, man. You know, because you see that these people don't care about you, and there's no police reform or racial sensitivity training is going to stop this type of behavior.
No,
you understand? The Bible says, "Can a leopard change his spots?"
Right.
You understand? Like this is what they going, and they'll do this in a uniform or plain clothes. They'll do this regardless. So you got to understand that you are being hunted, black man. You understand? You being hunted, and you got to wake up, man. That's why we tell our brothers, black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, that stop walking around here like everything okay. Time for you to wake up, man, because this is gonna happen. It don't matter who's in there, Trump, Biden, no matter what administration is in office, these types of things are gonna happen. So like it, Captain.
No. You on it, man. There's just this one scripture I want to bring out here with where they say they hunt our steps. Like if black people don't understand that this Bible is, you know what I mean, actually directed towards, you know what I mean, us, you know what I mean, it's, you know what I mean, it's because of, you know what I mean, a black leader's fault. You know what I mean, you're not going to church tomorrow when we see things like this and then talk about, you know what I mean, love and, you know what I mean, we all together. This is not we all together. Because if that was a young white boy, he would have that life would have been very important to him.
That's right.
He'd have let him go. You understand? But because it's us, you know what I mean, off the break, we're criminals. You understand? And there's just one scripture, if you don't mind, if I don't you know what I mean, get it. So tell them where you're at.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
I mean, you could clearly see what this, you know what I mean, this cop is doing here. You understand? He's hunting, they are hunting our steps. Meaning wherever we are, there is a dot, a black dot, a crosshair on you. You understand?
If I could too, Salaki, I just will jump in and say something real quick. Like if you notice too, the brother was limping before the final shots, which means he hit him early, and he kept. The brother got to go a little bit, then he kept shooting. Like if the other footage from when he comes around the corner, the brother is running, then he starts limping, like he get hit once, which means he's shooting since he comes around the corner. Because if you look at it, he comes around the corner with his gun drawn. So he done shooting, the brother starts limping, and then he finish him off. Yeah, I mean, no mercy at all.
Man, I don't know if you could. Are you able to play the other video or you
Nah, I think that one is gonna be a jammer.
Okay, yeah, you know what I mean. Just for the I mean the brothers and sisters online, just to see the reaction of a family. You know what I mean. It's traumatizing just seeing that to see how to you know what I mean go through that for 2 years to face her son's killer, and because he pleads, he's going to get 3 years, and that's justice for you know what I mean for in America here for black people. You know what I mean? Like 3 years for doing that, and you're supposed to protect and serve,
right?
Yeah, nah. You ain't telling me that. You have any more on this?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
You can't go in the streets. You think you're gonna have a you know what I mean a good day, as your pastor saying. You know what I mean? Pastor Porkchops tell you, you know what I mean, everything gonna be all right, everything gonna be okay. You don't have to worry about anything, right? It's not going to be like that. You know what I mean? Even down to the story that we're gonna bring out with what's the footballer name?
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, Sherman. You understand? Like you could be rich, you could be poor. You are not going to have a fine day in America. Ain't nothing like that. You know what I mean? Unless you're in this truth, unless you come into this school, you know what I mean, and learn under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, you're gonna understand, you know what I mean, how to, you know what I mean, deal or you know what I mean, around these heathens. Right? Read on.
Our end is near.
Oh, what?
Our end is near.
That brother lost his life. You understand? He lost his life because he wasn't taught these values that we've been taught here in the UPK. He lost it. You understand? His parents didn't have the chance to sit down in here and learn these values to hand down to their kids. You understand? To the loved ones. Read on.
If I could too, I just want to interject right there. Like this picture here, if anybody pull the story, and nobody have to pull it now, but when in your time read it, they say the justification for the shooting was that he drew a gun, but then he threw it, and they spent 2 weeks looking for the gun. You know what I mean? The brother from I think what's his name? Not Tharoa. What's the other brother in Nashville?
You got Naquan, you got Tharoa,
Nashak.
I
remember Nashak was doing some interviews on the street, and people was, ready to tear everything up because they said the same day the shooting, that surveillance footage, the cops took that camera down, not just the footage, they took the camera. That surveillance footage came out after because they were saying he had a gun and threw it, but in the footage there was no gun, and then they couldn't even find the weapon. But this is the picture they put up on the news: a black man next to a gun in any field, USA, to further disparage this brother's character when no one knows what the hell is going on. But you could just plead and get 3 years for cold-blooded murder.
Yep.
It's Salaki.
Go ahead, Salaki.
And what you're saying, Captain Shock, is, just look at this. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. But look what they put next to this brother's picture.
Right.
See, this is what we talk about when we talk about predatory journalism in America.
Yeah.
Because this right here says guilty. This right here says he was justified in doing what he did. Putting a black man next to a gun in the grass.
Yeah.
You understand? But if it was a white person, they would put a graduation picture, his science project, or, something that he did, doing something. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. But you're just so right what you said, Captain Shock. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's so right for real. You understand? Because they like to paint us like, like we the big criminals. Now, if the brother was the criminal, then why not take it to the trial? The jury said they was going to charge him, I think, either for 2nd degree or 1st degree murder. But he decided to take the coward's way out. And, or I should say the safest way out for him. You understand? Which is a plea deal.
Right.
No, you know what I mean? If he's such a criminal, if he had a gun and he turned it on you, well, go fight it in court.
Right.
You take the plea deal because you know that was a lie. He actually just wanted to kill.
Exactly.
Now, he's going to do this 3 years. He's going to come out and he's going to work for some white firm, some white security firm, and that's it. You understand? This brother is history, right? You can read on.
Yeah, come on. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
You understand? And that's what happened to I mean, numerous of our brothers and sisters because of this, you know what I mean, because of this oppressive system that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people living in today, which is called America. You understand? This is what we have to live with. This is what we have to wake up to every morning. You understand? Go to sleep to every night. You know what I mean? Fearing that our loved ones could be hunted down in the streets of America, killed, and the perpetrator take a plea deal, and you know he get to go get 3 years on vacation. You know what I mean, in some prison, which they know they ain't gonna put him in no regular prison. You know what I mean? He just going for 3 years vacation, slap on the wrist, and that's it. You know what I mean? While a mother has to bury her son, while a mother has to deal with the trauma of not seeing her son again. You understand? It's ridiculous. You understand?
God.
Yeah.
It's like if I could cap just being in Nashville with the brothers out there. Shout out to the brothers out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Like you cannot go in the projects in Nashville, Tennessee, and not feel something. Like if you cannot be in those projects and walk through those projects and see those kids and those brothers and sisters out there and not feel something, because we are oppressed all over America, but just being in those projects, and you can tell those brothers out there are suffering and trying to survive while white people are living in luxury. That's, Nashville, Tennessee is where they had the Southern Baptist Convention this year. Downtown Nashville. You understand? Talking about going against what they critical race theory. Well, look at this.
Right.
Well, look at what happens right under the noses of those judges who happen to be Southern Baptists.
Right.
Of those police officers who happen to be Southern Baptists. I brought out before in the South, some of the most religious vehicles you see will be law enforcement. Some of them have scriptures on the patrol cars.
Right.
You understand? So they feel they are justified by law. In essence, above the law. Righteous judgment, they believe, is killing us.
Right.
So this is what you see going on in Nashville, Tennessee, and all over the world, to be honest.
Yeah. And the sad thing about it is this happened in 2018, and this is what America likes to do. America likes to, wait till everything quells to the point whereas, black people, we don't even know these things taking place unless you're really in with the news. You understand? If we're not into the news, then these things, ain't gonna surface. Like the news stations, they should have been broadcasting this, but CNN and all these other news stations, they don't really care about black people. You understand? They don't. Otherwise, these things would have been broadcast. Stuff like this. For example, Cap, if you don't mind, the brother, let's read a little bit on what the grieving mother had to say.
Come.
Go ahead.
I hate, so like,
you can read the heading.
Says Tennessee courtroom erupts in chaos when former police officer pleads guilty to manslaughter.
Alawapanya. Rock. It's like, General, I think you have been saying this from before, so we're not hearing it. We could see it, but we can't hear you. So we still ain't hearing it.
How about now?
Yes, sir. Come on, Council.
All right, Most High in Christ, the Water Warriors. Let's get it. What's going on? What we doing? What's going on?
Come on, Concept.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Okay, Concept. What? So like I said, we're in a story here right now with a cop who killed a brother in 2018, right? And he pleaded guilty to the crime, and he got only 3 years, basically a slap on the wrist. for committing this, heinous crime to a young brother. All right, and now we're about to read a story on how his mother took it. And this is one of the reasons why I'm thinking, in my opinion, why they never brought it out in the news, expose it the way it's supposed to be exposed. Right? Because normally you'll get this brother called Benjamin Crump on situations like these to try and quell the family, to make make it go the transition.
Hold on, stop. That's the video.
Yeah, Colin won't come.
Did the brother have anything in his hand, a weapon, anything?
They say he had a gun, but they couldn't find no gun for 2 weeks.
Well, where's the gun at?
They ain't never found it. Okay, they didn't find the gun right away. I remember Nashak did some interviews right there with this, because he was down, it's close to where he's at. And he was doing interviews on the ground, and they was telling the people who was living on that block was telling him that boy ain't had no gun. The same day, the cops took the camera, that surveillance camera, they took the whole camera down and went with it. And was telling the news that the brother tossed a gun, but there was no gun to be found. And then they just automatically say, well, yeah, we found a gun, and that's why. But the brother running away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it in the audio and the video?
Yeah, Khan. This is just the report that Nasak was just referring to with the cop sentencing. I could play the audio for sure, sir.
Police video of the deadly shooting of a black man by a white police officer in Tennessee is spurring calls for the officer to be charged with murder. Prosecutors released the surveillance footage yesterday. It appears to show Nashville police officer Andrew Delkey chasing Daniel Hambrick last month before opening fire. Hambrick was hit 3 times. Mark Strassman is in Nashville with a reaction to the new video. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This is the street where the fatal shooting happened that now has Nashville's mayor calling for a complete review of the police department. These flowers mark the spot where Daniel Hambrick fell, fatally wounded. The police union says there's a lot more to this story than what the surveillance tape shows, but Hambrick's family is demanding more answers.
I just want justice for my son and my family.
Victoria Hambrick, supported by her family and attorney, believes video showing the shooting of her son Daniel Hambrick on July 26th is proof that police deadly force was not justified.
The police officer chases him with his gun drawn, and at some point he slows down and executes him.
Police say Officer Delkey was searching for a stolen car when he ran into Hambrick. The video appears to show Hambrick running from the officer before he was shot in the back and head. Police later tweeted a picture of a gun they say Hambrick was carrying and refused to drop. The Nashville Fraternal Order of Police argues Hambrick could have shot the officer at any moment.
It is our firm belief that Officer Delkey acted reasonably under the totality of the circumstances.
Nashville Mayor David Briley called for calm while the investigation continued.
Getting to the bottom of this is very important. It's equally important that while we pass time waiting for the investigation to be complete, that we be patient.
But the Hambrick family believes this is an open and shut case.
You can see my cousin running for his life. There's no way that he is a threat. No way. And we do want justice served for him. Did not deserve it at all.
Officer Delkey has been placed on administrative leave. He wasn't wearing a body camera, and his cruiser did not have a dashboard camera. Vlad, we reached out to Nashville Police for comment about Officer Delkey and haven't heard back. All right, Mark, thank you very much.
Okay, now, Mashak, let me ask you this question, right?
Counsel.
Well, newly released video.
Just so I'm clear, right? The cat was running before the cop pulled up, or just started running when the cop pulled up?
Yeah, as soon as it looked like as soon as the cop pulled up, because this is the cop car here, the Impala, right? You see the Impala running up.
Yeah, go back to the beginning.
They're gonna switch to it now.
Now stop. Go back a little bit. Go back 5 seconds. Stop. Pause. There's ways to for everybody, right? there's ways for them to take this picture and make it bigger and larger. You can take this picture back to when he first came out here in the clearing and was running to make it larger to see if he actually had a gun in his hand. It's really not hard. When you go to the next frame is from the street coming back into him, right? And you can see if he has something in his hand. You'll be able to see it once you make the frame larger, and you can see it. You understand? Like that's not difficult to find out. They have that accessible, right? Now, how come did they find a gun right away when this man got killed?
From that's why I'm trying to find it from the shop now, just to corroborate. But from what I remember, they didn't find a gun right away.
And if you listen to the video that I sent you, there's the audio. There's a prosecutor, and I don't think he mentioned that the brother had a gun on him. I can't remember, but the prosecutor basically, you know what I mean, was giving the whole rundown on the fact that the officer, he was chasing somebody before and he lost them and happened to come into this neighborhood right there. And this brother decided to run when he saw him come out of the car.
Right.
And where the chase ensued. You know what I mean? And he didn't have no cameras, nothing on him. So he thought today would have been, you know what I mean?
It's come up.
Yeah, that's
see how you see in front of him? You should be able to stop that in the front. And I know the police have technology to where you can see it. You can make it enlarged to see if this man has a firearm. Now, if they say he threw the gun, I mean, I'm gonna give you something that actually happened. If they say if he saw him throw a gun, or they say he threw a gun, then why is he firing at the young man if you see him throw a gun? Like it makes no sense.
Right.
You understand? It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, go back to the whole video, Mashak. Play the whole video, and I'm gonna break this down.
This is him here, sir.
Now, okay, now stop. Where's the car at? He was chasing the car, stolen car?
No, the car didn't pull into this lot. He lost the guy.
Yeah, they say what kind of car it was? Did they say what kind of vehicle it was?
They didn't say none of that, sir.
I think the prosecutor did say it when he was, you know what I mean, running down the whole situation story. He did say what car he was following, and when he lost it, to how he went in this parking lot here.
All right, let me help y'all out. When you're a police officer, you started chasing a vehicle. You give your make, model, and car, so the other cops in the area, they can follow or they can come and join, and they know what you're looking for. So all y'all looking for the same type of vehicle, right? The same type of vehicle, correct? That's what they do. You understand? So now, with that being said, he pulls in here. We'll play the tape machine. Finish playing the tape machine. Now, the question is, when did they find the gun? Can you hear me, Mashak?
Yes, sir.
I can't hear the video at all. Did you mute it?
Yeah, that's muted pretty well. But I could play it now. They don't ever say when. They just say later.
For a stolen car when he
chases him with his
Daniel.
No. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Just let it play.
Police
don't move nothing. Go back to the beginning. Let it play by itself.
Okay, come.
A newly released video of the deadly shooting of a black man by a white police officer in Tennessee is spurring calls for the officer to be charged with murder. Prosecutors released the surveillance footage yesterday. It appears to show Nashville police officer Andrew Delkey chasing Daniel Hambrick last month before opening fire. Hambrick was hit 3 times. Mark Strassman is in Nashville with a reaction to the new video. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This is the street where the fatal shooting happened and now has Nashville's mayor calling for a complete review of the police department. These flowers mark the spot where Daniel Hambrick fell, fatally wounded. The police union says there's a lot more to the story than what the surveillance tape shows, but Hambrick's family is demanding more answers.
I just want justice for my son and my family.
Victoria Hambrick, supported by her family and attorney, believes video showing the shooting of her son Daniel Hambrick on July 26th is proof that police deadly force was not justified.
The police officer chases him with his gun drawn, and at some point he slows down and executes him.
Police say Officer Delkey was searching for a stolen car when he ran into Hambrick. The video appears to show Hambrick running from the officer before he was shot in the back and head. Police later tweeted a picture of a gun they say Hambrick was carrying and refused to drop. The Nashville Fraternal Order of Police argues Hambrick could have shot the officer at any moment.
It is our firm belief that Officer Delkey acted reasonably under the totality of the circumstances.
Nashville Mayor David Briley called for calm while the investigation continued.
Getting to the bottom of this is very important. It's equally important that while we pass time waiting for the investigation to be complete, that we be patient.
But the Hambrick family believes this is an open and shut case.
You can see my cousin running for his life. There's no way that he is a threat. No way. And we do want justice served for him. Did not deserve it at all.
All right. Okay, pause it. So what you saying that this young man, right? I mean, the cop got found guilty, right?
So like you said, he took a plea deal.
Why did he take a plea deal?
Because he learned from Derek Chauvin, I believe.
Okay, so they said he took it. Let me tell you why he took a plea deal. I mean, I'm just gonna break it down for him and tell you what's going on. He took a plea deal because he was guilty.
That's right. Kind of on concept.
He did murder the young man. He shot him.
Con.
If there was a gun, the gun would have been very evident. It would have been clear on the video. If there was a gun in his hand, they would expound on the pictures to show you that this is the firearm this man was carrying. You understand? They'd have done all that right now. With that being said, right, there are some laws to where you can shoot a fleeing felon if you think he's gonna cause harm or danger to the public, right? That's on the books of the laws, right? Okay. But I'm gonna say this to you, right? Cat running, you chasing me, right? You are okay. You see how he ran behind a young man and he stopped and then shot at him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see how close he was to the kid? Mm-hmm. What did that tell y'all? See if y'all thinking. See how close he was to him?
Come. I'm gonna skip to it.
No. See how close he was when he got to him before he shot him.
Right.
He was okay. Anybody know track? Anybody y'all run track? I know about track, right?
Right.
He was closing the distance between him and that cat there. You understand? Which means he could have caught him. It means he could have caught him. I done ran down cats before. Hell, I ran down a young boy. One time he was on a bike. I ran his behind right down. Before you were born. Meaning he could have closed the distance. He didn't have to pull his firearm and shoot.
Salak is the only thing that cop catching is COVID.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Go back, Mashak.
That's what they Salak is.
Go back a little bit more, Mashak. Go back a little bit more. Go back a little more. Go back a little more. Now play it and watch what I'm telling you.
Her family and attorney believes video showing the shooting of her son, Daniel Hambrick.
See how close he was? When he first started chasing him, he was a little bit distant.
Yeah.
He only this far ahead because he stopped because he was ready to shoot. He was closing on distance with the young cat. He was closing on it. If you really look at it, he was closing on distance. He was close. I mean, he was close. He was closing the distance between the two. The only reason I look so far now is because he stopped and pulled out a firearm and he shot him. That's the reason. You understand? He could have caught that cat and tackled him. Could have done many things. Now let me give you an example. It was on a weekend. I was working, and I heard a call. It was a call for a disturbance, and went from a disturbance to a fight, and then shots fired. It happened within, maybe 30 seconds. Disturbance at location, fight in progress, shots fired. I put myself in. I'm coming down the street now. I mean, I ain't working no more, so I said, I cannot shoot the wrong way. As I'm coming down the street the wrong way, right, I see a cat running with a gun in his hand. He had a gun in his hand, and he running. I hop out of the car almost like how he hopped out the car, right, and I'm chasing him. Now, the gun that the cat had in his hand was outside of his body. Like he was running, but it was on the outside of his body. So as I'm seeing on the outside of the body, he took the gun and put it in the middle of his body. So when I saw that, I started to slow down just a little bit, and I brought my weapon up, and almost like I was going to engage this cat, or I was going to shoot him, right? And then, like in a split moment, he threw something, and I saw it. I saw what he threw. Then he threw something again. I saw that. But by that time, like I was still moving now, I caught him and I tackled the cat. Right? Tackled him, cuffed him, got him. You know what he threw? He took the magazine out of the firearm. He threw the magazine. He threw the whole gun. You understand? And the reason why I bring that is this here. It don't always have to be to where you got to think in your mind, you got to shoot all the time. Somebody got a firearm.
Right.
I done encountered a lot of cats in the streets with firearms, and I did not pull the trigger. I remember distinctly that cats was trying to get on my case, man. Like, yo, you got to pull the trigger. Like, you playing out here in these streets, man. What you doing, man? Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I never would. And it got to be so bad that I went to my team leader, my SWAT leader, the commander. I said, listen, we got to have a talk. He said, what's up? Sit down, young man. We sat down and we talked. And I told him what was going on. He gave me a scenario where they had a hostage situation, barricaded cat, where he could have shot the cat, but he decided not to and talked him down. And it felt good in his conscience he didn't do that. And I was in that same boat. You don't always have to pull your gun out and pull the fucking trigger because somebody got a firearm. Excuse my French. You don't have to. And you can't tell me, you know, I understand that some cats is different, but yeah, I done been in these situations. I done been in them. And they can't tell me no different. You can check my dad. For everybody listening, you can check my record. My record speaks for itself. All that shit is documented.
That's right.
That's right.
He did not have to pull the trigger. Even if he had a firearm on him. Even if he had one. Right. He didn't have to pull the trigger. And let me tell you this. Let me give you something about tactics, and I'm going to help y'all out a little something. If that kid would have turned around and shooted him, he was already in a position to shoot back him before he even pulled the trigger.
Right.
So why did you shoot him in the back when you was already ready to lock in on him? If he would have turned with the firearm, you was already in position to hit him. So why did you shoot him in the back? Why? Which is why he took the plea deal. Because he knew he was guilty. He knew he was guilty for killing this young man unjustly.
Concept.
He knew it. He knew it. And that's just how that just is what it is. What it is. You understand? It is what it is. You know what I mean? He did it. That's why he said, I'm guilty. I took a plea deal. Because he know what he did.
Salaki, General, if I could,
right.
I have the footage here from when I.S.U.P.K. Tennessee went down to that same block where the brother got shot and interviewed the people there. This officer in the shock. This was when the shooting happened. So he reloaded it, but this was actually when the shooting happened.
My solutions is very dumb.
Your solution is very dumb.
My solutions is very dumb.
No, don't say that, bro.
No, I want to say it because it's a tad bit Farouk to me.
No, don't say that.
I'm gonna say it because it's my real feeling.
Just say it. Say it.
We need our own state. We need our own.
What do you mean by we?
We as black people.
So we
be showing up.
Why the hell is that stupid?
I.S.U.P.K.
Right. I see my son and my sisters. Today we're out here where Daniel Hambrick was actually murdered by the police officer Andrew Delton. Today we'll get a couple of interviews, see what's on the people's mind about what's going on in America with all these policemen murdering our brothers and sisters. Shalom.
You didn't know him? Okay, you was father. Okay, you was father? I guess I was father. I knew it. Samantha. Oh, okay. That was school with Pearl. That school was there. Okay, yeah, because they used to be Pearl. Yeah, I remember Pearl. I was never there. Yeah, okay. Martin King, yeah. Right. So, it's not over there. It's not from that camera. It's from this camera that they took off the wall right there. You see that over there? This camera? About what's going on there. So, this is from that camera? And from that camera over there.
So, like, if I could just explain, the shock is he just showed them the same footage we watched, and the brother is about to tell the shock telling him it's from that camera over there because that's what the police said. The brother was saying that ain't where the footage come from. He's saying it's the camera over there that they came and took, and this is right after the footage.
Look at this, man. Okay, you know why they took the footage? Pause it. Because what I said to you happened actually happened. They froze them frames, frame by frame, enlarged it, and they saw that brother ain't had no gun.
Right.
They saw that was an unjust shooting, which is why the cat took a plea deal.
Right.
He had to. He was guilty without. He ain't had no other choice.
Right.
He was done, so he had to take the plea deal. He had to. You understand? He had to.
Come.
And let me say this to you, man. A lot of times, man, like a lot of young brothers out here, and I ain't gonna say it was him because I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what made him run. I don't know. The cops don't know. Nobody know what made that man run.
Right.
But what I can say is that when you on these streets, you got to use judgment before you do anything. And you're supposed to take a second of pause before you use deadly force. Unless somebody is actively shooting at you, then you got to take a pause before you employ deadly force on a person. You understand me? Take a pause.
I'd say.
And think, okay, this is right. Hold. No, let me back down. Yeah, I mean, let me back down some before I do anything.
Right.
Think about it. Cat didn't think about it. He was already on a hunt. Cat ran. That's it. It's like an animal hunting something. You see something running, you know what I mean? That's it. You on it. And you on it till you get your kill. And that's exactly what happened. But it's why he pled guilty. It's why he took the plea deal. And they knew he took the plea deal. They knew what was going on. They knew he was guilty.
So
they knew. Go ahead, Kahan.
John, and in the interview, the police with the first clip, they said that the police union or the police department tweeted a picture of a gun.
Yep.
Like like what kind of internal investigation is that? If you tweeting evidence, it's supposed to be an internal investigation, and you tweeting evidence of a gun on Twitter.
Right.
So once they try to change the narrative, like they should be held accountable, which is showing that we can't have no internal investigation with these people. You understand? We just can't, because they'll show you how they operate. They say, look, there is no gun, but we tweeted a gun. What they tweet the gun for? To change the narrative. So like
And Kahan, you are correct, brother. And because if they really wanted to be transparent, they would have broke that film down frame by frame. Right. If he had a gun, they'd have broke it down frame by frame, showing you where the gun came from. And showing him throwing a gun.
Right.
I still remember in my head me chasing that young cat and him throwing a gun the way he did. It's still clear in my mind. That shit happened back in, I want to say 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. And it's still clear in my mind. You understand me? I still can see it vividly. As I was watching this video, it popped back in my head as to what happened. You understand me?
I say.
And I got a call for a shooting. And I see a cat running with a gun. What do you think? Should I just shot him and killed him because he had a gun and run from a shooting? No. You don't just rush to judgment like that. You gather your facts.
So like, in general, it was broad daylight. So how you not gonna see somebody toss it? It wasn't night.
Right.
So you can see if somebody tossed something in the daylight.
Right.
Like this whole story right here is disgusting. So
Kahan, it was nighttime when the cat happened. It was around 40th from Walnut, down bottom of West Philly, on the University of Penn campus. And I seen a cat running, and I seen him toss the gun.
I know exactly what you're talking about, sir.
I described the gun. I said he threw it over there, looked for a silver handgun with black grips on it. I described the damn gun, and it was correct in what I described. Then I saw it. You understand? Like it just okay. Once again, y'all, he had to plead guilty because he was guilty.
That's right.
He was guilty.
That's
You
right.
understand me? He was guilty.
Counsel, General, if I could too, like they say he was in a chase for a stolen car. Won't the camera in the car be on? How come they say they couldn't even pull footage from the car? Nothing. There's the only footage is from the street camera.
Because he didn't have his camera on, Rashad. They don't. Okay, the cops don't. They ain't trying to hear that shit about no camera.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. They ain't trying to hear that because they know they're gonna get jammed up by what they doing with them cameras. You know what I mean? They know what's gonna happen, so they ain't trying to turn them on. Now, back when I was working, we ain't had no cameras. I'm just gonna tell you, wasn't no cameras. You know what I mean? Cell phones wasn't out like how it is right now. They videotaping everything.
Right.
It wasn't like that now. But that cat did not turn his on. That's why.
Right.
If he had dash cam in his car, dash cam should have been on, especially in the pursuit.
Right.
If you were in a high speed pursuit, you better have that thing on.
Yeah, he's supposed to have it.
You're supposed to have it on. I'm just telling you.
I think they say his car wasn't equipped with a. So he basically was, I believe, was undercover trying to, you know what I mean? He was literally trying to be a superhero that day. You know,
that's the narrative they're giving. But if he had caught that guy with the car, the narrative would have been different.
Yeah.
That dude had everything. This whole shooting, it was so horrible. They took weeks to come out with the footage and with the gun. And that's when the shot went on the street and the brother is telling you, hey, they came and took the camera the same day. He didn't have no gun. Where's the gun? The whole thing was just so horrible, and they tried to save this young cop career. I remember when the thing happened, they went above and beyond to try to save this dude's career.
It's a lot, if I could too. And this is the type of investigative journalism that we do in the I.S.U.P.K. Going on the scene, on the ground. And listen, for all the listener audience out there, first of all, hit the like and subscribe button because you know this is not a smear campaign. What the hell we talking about?
That's
we in the streets, we on the ground, we in the community, we hearing exactly what's going on.
So let me put you on the right one. Let them hit the like on this channel right here. So
that's right.
This is the BLACKWATCH right here. That's where they had to hit the like. Go and subscribe to BLACKWATCH News right now. BLACKWATCH News right now. Subscribe right here. That's the channel. If you got allow me for 2 seconds, Kahan. We broadcasting on the 2 channels right now. You're on the Command Gen.YAHANNA live. We're going to end that stream shortly. Y'all want to watch the rest of the show, slide over to this channel, BLACKWATCH News. Hit subscribe. You're going to catch all the shows here every Monday. And, of course, you're going to move to the website, blackwatch.news. So, go ahead, Carl.
Come the water, Captain Shock. This is not a smear campaign, what we're doing. You see, if it take that long to come out with evidence, what is just telling you that, like Captain Shock brought out, they're trying to change the narrative. And changing the narrative is still considered a lie.
That's right.
Let's make no mistake about that. Changing the narrative is still considered a lie.
Right.
And this is what goes on in Nashville. And like I said recently, they just had the Southern Baptist Convention. A lot of those police officers are Southern Baptists. A lot of these law enforcement down there are staunch Christians, but they don't believe in having mercy on you, having grace when it comes to you. That's what we try to tell you. And a lot of those patrol vehicles have biblical scriptures on them. On the patrol vehicles. So is this a point? Is this a point of enforcing the law or being above the law? You be the judge, America. You be the judge. Salaki.
And if I may too, sir, Salaki, like what you just said, Captain Kahan, is the nature of these people. Like it took so long for them to come out with the footage, and like General Hyde said, if they would have caught this brother with a gun, they would have, like he said, they got the technology and the capabilities to do it. They would have zoomed in and they would have shown him throwing it to justify them doing it. But we trusting in the same people that's trying to do away with history The critical race theory, like these are the same people that don't even want to teach actual history, and we trust in them to tell the truth about what they did to this brother and justified it. The same way they lied about Christ and they lied about who the prophets were. Like these people are just liars, and propaganda is how they always operated. So it's
That's right. That's right.
And before we move on, if you don't mind, if we could read a little bit of what the grieving mother, had to say about the whole situation. And this would be one of the reasons why I believe they didn't give this the coverage that it deserved. You understand? Go ahead.
Says Tennessee courtroom erupts in chaos when a former police officer pleads guilty to manslaughter. The hearing was temporarily suspended Friday when the shooting victim's mother told the former officer, quote, "You better watch your back in jail."
You understand? And the reason for her saying that, you know what I mean, is because the judge didn't want to give her justice. You gonna give somebody 3 years for murdering your baby boy? You know what I mean? Like giving him kill shots, ain't like shots to slow him down. You know what I mean? I know you wanna come and, you know what I mean, have this big charade in court to make it look like, you know what I mean, like you're gonna give this family justice. Right? Read on.
Right.
Says the grieving mother of a black man killed by a white police officer during a 2018 shooting that was captured on video told him Friday he better watch his back in jail, prompting chaos in a Tennessee courtroom where the ex-officer pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. "I hate you. I hate you. I don't accept no apology," Vicky Hambrick screamed at Andrew Delk.
You understand?
Right.
All right. And America ain't gonna put that on the TV. They ain't gonna put that on the TV.
I'm trying to put it right now. I'm trying to put it right now. I think I found your footage.
Yeah, the reality of what black people actually feel in America. You understand? You'd against Benjamin Crump or Al Sharpton to suppress this family feeling, the love towards the loved one.
Right.
You understand? How in the hell are you going to tell me you're going to accept what, 3 years for murder?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
And if I could, like when the story break, they was all over it, all the Crumps and all the big ones. But they probably they knew ahead of time what the cops was going to do, and they realized they couldn't quell this family. They realized in talking to the mother, they couldn't put no words in her mouth, like what they did with Trayvon Martin family. You remember?
Right. That's right.
His mother and his biological father was talking a certain way, but his stepfather, the mother's husband, he's the one that was on the truck saying, "Burn it down. We don't give a damn." And they pushed him all the way out the media. They didn't let him talk at all. Even the father at first was angry, and then they get the father to get, simmer all the way down. They probably couldn't run that with this sister and the family here. And they probably run them out and say, "Listen, y'all gonna show up here because we going on."
If I could, Captain Shock, and what you're saying is so right, because Benjamin Crump, Black Lives Matter has lost credibility. They're losing it more and more because of misappropriated funds and different things like that, and them capitalizing off of these murders and not really, once again, telling the whole narrative. So what happens is now, when these situations happen, they don't want them to show up now.
Right.
Because even if they don't want to deal with the attorneys, they don't want to deal with a PR person. They want to be able to express how they really feel about what happened. And it's hard to, it's hard for them to be in there when you're not acting Christian. This right here is how they really feel about the situation. And this is a microcosm of black people in America. This is where it's going. You know what I'm saying? Enough of this. They ain't gonna be saying "I forgive you" and "I love you." They're gonna be saying "I hate you." Yeah. You understand? But the hatred is righteous hatred for the evil they're doing to our people. You understand? There's righteous hatred. This sister right here, because she lost her son.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He was killed. With, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no cause to kill him that way. Wasn't no cause to kill that brother, man. But this is what happens. And this is, once again, this is the forerunner. And Nashville been trying hard to cover a lot of the stuff up in Nashville. Oh my goodness, these white folks in Nashville, trust and believe, they've been trying to cover stuff, which is why the UPK been continuing to apply pressure on these streets in Nashville. The people is talking to us in Nashville. A lot of these cases they ain't even reaching international and national coverage. But it's stories going all the way back to the 70s of how these white folks been doing black people in Nashville.
Yep.
It's a lot.
If I'm gonna turn up the volume on this so you can hear her go off on the
Yeah,
court.
I do want to hear it.
Had a disability, but he was never ashamed of me or embarrassed by me. Your Honor, Ms. Hambrick has a prepared statement, and I will read it on her behalf. She may still have a comment afterward, but this is her prepared statement. Okay. My name is Vicki Hambrick.
Rashad, while this is playing, find me that video of that cat Kirkpatrick who made the comment about who we are according to God and being his chosen people.
Yes, sir.
Blind, and I have asked my attorney, Joy Kimbrough, to read this statement on my behalf. On June 1st, 1993, I gave birth to Daniel Edward Hambrick. He was my only child and the love of my life. Daniel recognized at an early age that I had a disability, but he was never ashamed of me or embarrassed by me. He loved me unconditionally and constantly said that he would always take care of me. My son was my eyes. Since he's been gone, things have not been the same, and they never will be. There's not 1 hour that goes by that I do not think of Daniel. Even though I have friends and family, there's a void in me that cannot be filled. Nothing and no one compares to my precious son. I am angry, mad, and disgusted, but I pray that no other mother have to endure what I've endured these last 3 years. I am against this so-called plea deal. I am against the way the state and the defense joined hands to protect this racist, biased, anti-black criminal system.
God damn. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
My son was murdered.
All right. Oh yeah.
Nashville police. My son has a right. He has a right to a public jury trial. I want citizens of this community to render a judgment. I don't want a backroom bargain where the current DA, the former DA, and their ex-co-worker David Rabin emerged from some country golf club course and tell me that my son's life was worth 3 years. and that I'm lucky to get that.
What?
What the hell?
We all know if Daniel
That's right. That's right, black people.
That's right.
Outside the court. Oh, the people outside the court, they're just hearing it delayed. They're going off.
we all know that if Daniel had executed Delky by shooting him in the back of his head, and in his back, and in his buttocks, as he ran away, he would be riding on death row,
Yep.
waiting on the electric chair.
Yep.
Delky lied about Daniel pointing a gun at him. His terroristic hate group.
Pause. She said that he said he pointed a gun at him. There was no gun pointed at that cop.
Right.
Yo, we saw the footage.
Right. But if I could, General, the footage, when it happened, the footage came out like 2 or 3 weeks after. The original story, that's what she talking about. How
because he lied.
He lied about it. Yep.
Go ahead.
He lied about it.
Which masquerades as a labor union, immediately went on the attack and tried to publicly assassinate my son's character with a bunch of lies and innuendo.
Yep.
I've gone through so much during these last 3 years as I patiently waited for the day Andrew Delky would face a jury for gunning down my son. Initially, Night Court Commissioner Evan Harris refused to sign a warrant for the arrest of the man who murdered my son. Later, an elected judge decided that a $25,000 bond was sufficient for a first-degree murder indictment. The National Police Department never accepted any accountability. In fact, they allowed a murder defendant to keep his job the entire time.
Wow.
Funded by taxpayers until he resigned yesterday on his own terms.
What?
In an unprecedented move, the former district attorney testified for the defendant and against the people. Also, other former high-ranking assistant DAs worked behind the scenes to help prepare the defendant for trial against the people. And in the end, the sitting DA lost his nerve. Instead of allowing the jury to render a judgment at a public trial.
So, like, you're gonna skip ahead to where the mother actually starts to talk?
Yeah, I do want to hear that part because it's going to take up the rest of the show. I don't want to take up the rest of the show because there's something I want to say about this whole thing here and about what the mood and what goes on. You know what I mean? You know, in situations like this here and with other police officers. You know what I mean? Go ahead, play it out.
Yes, sir.
Wait, not even the comments you judge why. All right.
This is rough, but
just take your time.
I can't believe it's Judge. I can't believe it. I've been going through this for 3 years. I can't believe it. father. I lost my grandmother. I lost my father. My father had a stroke and I got died. I can't believe it. Because of you. Because of you. I lost my father, my son's father, because of you. Because of you.
You want to hear what she said, right?
Yeah, let her keep going. Yeah.
I think she said the son father killed himself because of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could have did it, but every day I know something. Once the tables turn, George, once the tables turn, just look at the tape. Once it's your child, it's not my child. Once it's your child, it'll be a different story. Go ahead, once it's your motherfucking child, you white motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
All right, pause for a second. That's righteous anger from a mom who's hurting for what happened.
Yeah.
She's seen the deal that was made, to save this cat. And I'm gonna say this to you, man. When I decided to make the move I made, and I took that journey, right, in my lifetime, I remember as a kid growing up in Southwest Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I remember getting stopped by the boot boys. Nobody know about the boot boys from back in the day in Philly. I know about that shit there. They want to born you with them high ass damn boots on with them black leather coats. You know what I mean? They come in and tear fire to your ass in them streets. I remember getting stopped by them boot boys, and I remember them saying certain things to us growing up. And I know when I went and got into the police academy, I remember saying to myself that I would never in my life be unjust to anybody because that was done to me, especially my people. You know what I mean? So when I hit the streets, the first 6 months, it was a cultural shock to me because the brothers who I thought I'll be cool with, they now hated my guts and they kind of messed with me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, damn, yo, what's up? But that's how it was. You know what I mean? You was now not a brother no more. You was one of them.
Right.
But I knew that even though I made the choice I made, I knew I was not going to do nothing unjustly or harsh or rash. You understand? To anybody, especially my own people.
That's right.
I gave a lot of breaks to a lot of cats. Now, some cats we got it in some. I ain't gonna front. Some shit happened on the streets, and we did what we did. That's it. But I know I ain't take nobody's life unjustly. You know what I mean? I did not do it. I got many stories where I could have, you know what I mean, where things seemed a certain way, but you take your time and you say pause for a second before you do anything that you may regret. I knew I had the power of life and death in my hand. I knew it. But it was like a pause put on side. And then forget about it when I got in the class of Commander GEN.YAHANNA. It was all brotherhood. You understand me? And that's all I knew. You know what I mean? Brotherhood. I was really giving cats breaks, man. You understand? But this is what happens when you have people in your community who don't care about you,
right?
Who don't love you, who see you as an animal. You understand me? And the enemy. Just like if you see a cat, right? The cat just sitting there, and say if a mouse run across and start running, the cat automatically what? Looks and chases the cat. If a dog sees something running, the dog be like, "What the?" Then he start chasing it.
Right.
You understand? And when they get to it, it's going to mangle and kill it. That's how they treat us.
Right.
You understand me? That's how they treat us. Now, Mashak, do you have that video, brother, of that cat Kilpatrick, the so-called Edomite pastor, and what he said about black people being God's chosen people?
Come on.
Do you have that video?
Yes, sir.
Play that video.
Let me say something right quick.
And somebody give me Revelations 18 and 10 real fast.
African American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song you hear a black person sing, one of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they mean. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I say, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth. Because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your white mouth.
All right, pause it right there. And this is the reason why. Now, isn't it a point where he said there's a punishment to pay for what happened to us? Does he say this too as well?
Okay, I think this is where he says we God's chosen people and watch how you treat us. I can't remember if he says there's a punishment. We could play it. I see it's just one more, just a little less than a minute to go.
All right, go ahead. And somebody give me Revelation 18 and 10.
God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep south, and you was raised by prejudiced people, bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here, and God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. That's right.
Now, Paul, you can drop him. Give me Revelations 18 and 10.
Anybody?
The book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Meaning this, in 1 hour, it's a short period of time, is judgment going to come in this place for what you have done to us, man. You understand me? That cat, Kilpatrick, read them scriptures. And he finally got in his head from seeing you brothers on them streets teaching. And he said that and said, you know what, let me see what they talking about for real. And it hit him like, yo, these cats is right. Yo, we got a punishment to pay for what we done did to them. And that punishment gonna come when our king can return here, man.
That's right.
That black man named Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, when he hit this earth again and cracked that sky with 200 million black angels, punishment gonna be rendered, man. On the earth for what that's going on with us, man. All the unjust murders that's been happening to us, man.
That's right.
You understand me? All the evil going on. There's a price to pay. That's why he said it.
Constant.
It's judgment. And that judgment is coming.
And so like he said, it ain't gonna be a plea deal.
Ain't gonna be good. You ain't gonna be able to talk your way out of this one here. Ain't about who you know. I'm gonna give you a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? Ain't about none of that there. The Lord don't care about none of that there, man. He waiting with his angels.
Salaka, General.
Go ahead.
And if I could, General, the church, the Christian church cannot deal with the racial rebuke that the Bible talks about, that the Bible prophesies. They don't want to deal with it. They quick to talk about racial reconciliation, but they don't want to talk about racial recompense or racial rebuke that's in the Bible.
That's right.
The Lord said, wherever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That's right.
These pastors now, I'm sure Kilpatrick getting death threats. You understand? I'm sure he's getting death threats right now for what he's saying. But it was so right. You understand? It was so right. Why? Because they're hearing the UPK. They're hearing Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the generals, and the captains in the school and the officers in the school. Brothers just holding this down. This word is going out. You understand? The Bible. And I saw that video where that sister was crying, and all I could think about is that scripture where it said the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
Yep. That's right.
The Lord said he hears the cry of the poor and the oppressed. and trust and believe he will answer it.
Right.
This is why in Nashville, brothers and sisters, they starting to hear it. They listening. We gotta gather around and gather around brothers and sisters like this, man. And this is so you can see your true enemy. We have to insulate brothers and sisters like this when tragedy happens. This is what unites us. One common enemy.
That's
If you don't see that, I'm sorry, brother. You lost if you don't see that. Right. But trust me, it could be your mother next week.
Yeah.
You understand? So lock it.
I'm gonna say one thing. People, I know a lot of people are upset about he only got 3 years, right? But you got to look at the charge they gave him, the charge he agreed to. They got charges on the books that predicate how much time you get for the crime you committed. He took that deal because that deal was going to get him less time.
That's right.
You understand me? That's what they negotiated. Take this deal here. This deal here going to give you less time. You know what I mean? Because that deal, that charge, you only get a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? That's why when you're here in court, they push for, higher charges, because them higher charges give you more time in court. You know what I mean? But involuntary manslaughter, you getting the minimum time. But it's why they made that plea deal and he got the time he got. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just telling you why they did what they did. Go ahead, Khan.
And so like Joan, you heard what she said earlier? She said that it was a conflict of interest. That these prosecutors, they in the same country club.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. I remember being young. I remember when I was younger, my cousin, my grandfather bailed hay for this man in Mississippi. And this man knew the judge in Mississippi. My cousin got caught with some drugs. And because my grandfather spoke to this, they was in the same I guess Moose Lodge or something like that. He didn't even have to go to court. He spoke to the judge, and the judge threw out the damn charges because my grandfather bailed hay for him. You understand? He used to help my cousin used to help my grandfather bail hay with him. So he remember him when he was a boy. We show you they have absolute power when it comes to the justice system.
Yes.
You black politicians in Nashville, you elected officials, you don't have power. You may be in the proximity of power, but that ain't power. That's not equal to power. You don't have power. You understand? These people can override this system. Like it's like putting in a cheat code. Yeah, for those that play video games. This is what goes on. You don't have power. So all that voting and all that crap, what did that show you when the rubber? Where were your elected officials when that happened? Where were they? They was hush mouth. You understand? They was on mute. Salaki.
And Salaki has to
go ahead.
If I may say, and that's why you ain't seen Fox say nothing. You ain't seen CNN say nothing about it, right? And this is to me, this is one of the reasons why they don't want to teach critical race theory in classes, because brothers and sisters gonna wake up. They're gonna wake up and they're gonna recognize who the devil really is in America. You understand? You gotta wait to die to go, you know what I mean, as I say, to go to hell to face the devil right here in that blue uniform in the court system. That's where the devil is. You understand? And they don't want this, you know what I mean? They don't want to show what real love is all about when it comes to a family. You understand? To losing a loved one. And if you mind, sir, could I read one scripture?
Go ahead, get down, Cap. Let's do it.
Tell me that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12.
Just to go back to what General Hazan was saying in Revelation, you understand? Like black people, you know what I mean? Don't sweat it. You know what I mean? Be angry, but don't sin. You understand? The Bible would say, right? Read on.
Here is the patience of the saints.
Now here's the patience of the saints. And who are the saints? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? Read on.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
Right? Here are they that keep the what?
The commandments of God.
That's what's going to get us out of this situation we in, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're going to have to start keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments. And we're going to have patience And you know what I mean, and the Lord going to send Christ back to exact vengeance and justice for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? To hear that mother cry is I mean, clenching. You know, just to hear that cry alone, you understand? Right. It hits home to know that, you know what I mean, that could be me, you, any one of us, you know what I mean, today, tonight, you know what I mean? We leave the show, that it could happen to one of us. You know what I mean? And that was it, sir.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I know I appear to be pretty calm, right? But inside, I'm raising like a mug. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm really pissed. I really want to rage on it, but you know, I'm gonna leave it alone on that level because all these things, and I say this, I say it. I done been damn near in all these situations that's going on and we seen on the news, and as I look back on what I've been through, and I see what's coming up here, I still don't see no justification for half the shit they do. You know what I mean? And you know, when you know, one thing, if somebody coming at you, you meet force with force, you defend yourself, but when the threat is done, it's over. If you meeting force with somebody that ain't got no force against you, and then you lying about it, then that's the problem. And that's what's going on here. You understand? That's why it took so long for the video to come out. Like I said, they could have easily broke that thing down frame by frame and proved that this cat either had one or he didn't have one. You know what I mean? But they know he didn't. They knew what was going on. It's why he took the deal he took.
Right.
He had to take that deal. You know what I mean? And that's why. Because that's what goes on. And he had people looking out for him. But that's cool. You know what I mean? And this is why I say that's cool. Because the Lord see everything.
That's right.
And while they puffed up and proud, inside their mind, like ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Or something, I don't want to hear this. You see how when she was reacting in the courtroom, how people was turning their back, turning it sideways, when they was front of their face. Y'all see that?
Yeah. Right.
It was front of their face. They turned themselves sideways to the whole nine. The Lord also sees it. That's why I had you play that tape with Shaka Kilpatrick. Because certain ones of them know that God is seeing what's going on. And he's going to bring judgment for the pain and suffering that they have caused. It's going to happen.
That's right.
But what are we supposed to do?
All right.
You brothers and sisters that are in the earshot of us and listen to us here, you better get in here and change your life.
Right.
That's why I say come to I.S.U.P.K. Because in here, you come from any walk of life. I don't care where you come from.
That's right.
What you did in the past. You will come in here and become a different person. You will come in here and we're going to make sure you change and get rid of them evil, wicked ways and become a righteous person. That's what we need, man.
Right.
We need all or nothing. No compromise in I.S.U.P.K. No excuses, man. You get in here and learn how to change your life and become a better brother and sister, man. You understand me? And how we can raise this nation up. And you know how we going to do it? We ain't going to do it by use of force like everybody else think they're going to do it. Like I say this all the time, we not the Muslims. We not going to go Allah Akbar and blow ourselves up or go shoot some stuff up. No, we're not going to do that. But you know what we all going to do? We're going to do it what Nashak did and down there. And but that was Memphis, right?
Not since Nashville.
Nashville. We're going to do what he did.
That's right.
We're going to go to the ghetto, into the barrio, into the reservation, and we're going to raise a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian brothers and sisters and teach them something different than what you have given them. We are going to show them that you are really royalty according to the Bible. You are God's chosen people. That your bloodline go back to Christ. And that matters. We're going to show them how to change their life. How to be a brother and sister who's going to do what the Lord say do. And guess what? By doing that, we're going to rule the kingdom under our King Yahushua. Next story, Mr. Let's get it, baby.
If I could get one scripture, so if you don't
go ahead, come on.
If you could pull the scripture from me, like this sister here, where she went, she was real rough, and she old in her age and had to bury her own son, her husband afterwards. Like this is why everybody should come into the UPK, and as Captain Kahan was saying, don't wait till it's your mother crying because she's gonna be crying for you. Right. you know what I mean, is usually going to be crying over. Like you come in here with, this is the type of judgment that happens to police officers like that, or oppressors like that, or anyone who decides to harm the children of Israel. Please.
Right. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 33. And Samuel said,
lean forward a little bit, please.
Go
ahead.
And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless.
Right. What does the prophet of the Lord say?
As thy sword hath made women childless.
You oppressors who take glory, you'll play games with our lives and take tallies and quotas and welcome to the 100 club and this club and how many kills and this, that, notches on your belt. As your sword has made our mothers childless, go ahead.
So shall thy mother be childless.
Your mother is going to be childless very soon by the hands of the Lord. Your mothers are going to be childless. Your mothers are going to be widows. Your mothers are going to be orphans by the hands of the Lord for what you do to black people. Right. You make our mothers childless and cry tears and get strokes and get heart disease over grief from some unjust slaughter so you could go to the boys club and everybody pat you on your behind for being some stone cold, hard and rough and tough and don't give a damn about people. Well, the Lord said, so your mothers are soon going to be childless. Go ahead.
That's right.
Among women.
Among women. Go ahead.
And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces.
Right. Are you familiar with this story? The prophet Samuel hewed this oppressor king into pieces after he done slaughtered his people, done slaughtered our mothers and our children. A time is coming. Right now, the prophets on the street preparing slaughter, like Isaiah 14 and 21. We preparing that slaughter. We out there by the foolishness of preaching, raising this nation up. With Christ gonna come and cut your goddamn heads off, man. Ain't gonna be no 3-year plea deal. Ain't gonna be no judges to buy off. The golf course is not going to save you in them days.
Right.
In them days, your mothers are going to be childless. And after they bury you, they're going into slavery.
Right.
That's right. How was it, sir?
Right. All right, Mashak, next story, warrior. Let's get it.
Come on. So now the next story we have we have our 20 more minutes. If you could run through like 3 of them stories. We have Naomi Osaka. You know, she chose to represent Japan for the Olympics, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of America. And you know, black people are, you know, putting her through the ringer, saying they're revoking her black card, how she should represent America. But the stand it seems like the stand she's taking is I refuse to represent America. And Japan was the only alternative. Of course, her mother is Japanese, her father is Haitian. And for whatever her discipline is, her citizenship would be Japanese. But she even made the statement, like there's black people in all different countries. There's a difference between the race and nationality, but nationality meaning her citizenship. So this is the story here. You know, read it?
Come on,
no
sir.
sweat.
Your black card is revoked. Naomi Osaka opens up about backlash she received for representing Japan in the Olympics. Tennis star Naomi Osaka has always been vocal about her pride for both her Haitian and Japanese heritage. She's lived in the United States since she was 3. So when it came time to pick a country to represent in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, fans might have assumed any of those nations was fair game. Still, she revealed during a recent episode of her new self-titled docuseries that it came as a surprise to the Japanese-born champion that she received backlash for choosing to represent Japan instead of the USA in the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. However, Osaka says her history with the Asian nation was a clear indication that she was sure to play for Team Japan when the global event rolled around. I've been playing under the Japan flag since I was 14, she explained. Osaka said when her choice of which flag she was choosing for the Tokyo Games became known, many critics online instantly began to invalidate her blackness. So I don't choose America, and suddenly people are like, your black card is revoked, she continued. And it's like African American isn't the only black. You know, I don't know. I feel like people don't know the difference between nationality and race because there's a lot of black people in Brazil, but they're Brazilian.
That's right.
The star, whose mother, Tamaki Osaka, is Japanese, and father, Leonard Francois, is Haitian, and was once quoted telling the Japanese broadcaster, NHK, that she's always had a special desire to represent her birth country at the Olympic Games. It is a special feeling to aim for the Olympics as a representative of Japan, she told the outlet. I think that playing with the pride of the country will make me feel more emotional. Tamaki told the Wall Street Journal the decision was made early on.
You can stop right there, Mashak. Mashak, you can stop right there.
Yes, sir.
You can stop right there. See, you know what the problem is, man? And this is the problem. This is the reason why that young brother got murdered by the police, and why we are continuing to get murdered by the police, and why we're being gunned down in the streets. That comes from the Christian church.
That's right.
You understand me? The Christian church did all this right here, man. Like, who are you to say somebody's black card got revoked?
Right.
This young sister right here, that we know her to be an Israelite through the seed of her father, from the tribe of Levi, right? She put it all on the line for her people, for black people, and for the injustice that happens to black people in America.
Right.
I see why she don't want to be down with them and don't want to be part of them in the Olympics. I understand why. Y'all niggas that comment about her y'all ain't want to give up a 10 cents. You ain't want to lose a dime. But she did. She stopped playing, lost all this money. The only other cat who did that was Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
The rest of them athletes, y'all shucked and jived for a couple dollars. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. Now, she's still in the world. She ain't in the truth. But, yo, she got more courage and more heart than all y'all high filleted Negroes out there who claim blackity black. She really showing it.
So like,
people stand for her people. Go ahead, Con.
General, listen. Hey, General, you got me fired up, General. Oh my goodness. This sister Osaka. Oh man, she's everything Tiger Woods should have been.
Right.
Like this sister here is a class act right here. And I'm gonna tell you the only reason that she didn't want to trust me. When it comes to social media, we have people who have infiltrated our culture.
Right.
You got these people on Twitter who are really trolls, and a lot of them are white people behind the scenes. They're making these black accounts and saying your black card. See, our culture has been infiltrated. Yeah, the same thing when how they came against the Destiny's Child on Twitter about that "Cater to You" song. They're saying that song is talking about masculinity over femininity, about a woman catering to a man.
And you know what, Michelle? I mean, so what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what? Who give a goddamn if a woman want to serve her man?
Right.
Ain't none of goddamn business, man.
That's right.
So what? That comes from the Christian church once again. Right. All them soft behind cats in the Christian church. And it's why them cats who talk that, all they wives is hoeing on them.
Yep.
And they know it. Go ahead, Con. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Con.
In general, these black people, quote unquote, these bourgeoisie Negroes have been giving out black cards. They're not authorized to give. They gave Rachel dollars off a black card.
Right.
They're giving all these white women. So let me get this straight. A sister like Osaka, who is a sister, willing to lose money and be vocal about the crimes and social justice of what's going on in our people. She don't have a black card because she chose not to represent America. You are an infiltrator.
Right.
And you don't have this nation's best interest at heart. You care more about representing America than standing with your own people. Right. And this is just to go to show you that they're not authorized to get I.S.U.P.K. We authorized to take black cards. You're not authorized. We are the authority. I'm gonna just say it out there just like that.
Say it.
You don't have the right to take anything. If that's cancel culture, this is your spiritual embassy. This is where you would get canceled or reinstated. You understand? These people have you tried to usurp authority for a long time, but your authority belongs to the priesthood.
Right.
Authority belongs to the Most High in Christ, and we will exercise that authority and continue to speak on these things because they don't have a right. They don't have the authorization to even say this. This is why these Twitter trolls and these people you can't go by social media. You understand? These people here have infiltrated our culture and trying to bash this sister online. And I'm gonna tell you this: they have, because of what's going on in Haiti, people have been putting pressure on her not to even say anything about Haiti. Her father's a Levite.
Right.
About this whole assassination, this all in the media. You understand? They pressuring these Haitian athletes not to even talk about it. What's going on? So you see what the whole spin. She said, "Well, I'm gonna represent Japan." You understand? So I mean, man, come on, man, forget it, man. It's like it, John.
Salaki, if I could, we put a scripture for me.
Come.
Go ahead, put a scripture for me. I was the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Mm-hmm. Is he a homeborn slave? If he's a what? Homeborn slave. Like black people, are you a damn slave, man? You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Like, of course, this sister here, she's saying she doesn't even want to be associated with America in sports. She's doing it to she's doing it to stand against America, and you don't want. And Uncle Tom's don't want to stand with her, man. Right. That's what you understand. Like, she's doing it because she does. You got to think about it. Why would you want to represent America?
That's right.
Why would you want to represent America? Well, what has America done for us? Right. But gave us torment and sorrow and all these murders, man, and depression. Like, why would you want to have the American flag on your chest? Right. You are these Uncle Toms are damn idiots. And you don't deserve a voice.
Right. That's right.
A damn voice. The Lord should just have you be mute. Right. It'd be great if the Lord could just mute you, and black people would be saved if you shut the hell up, man.
That's right.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's right.
So like, if I could say something, sir, and this is similar to in my opinion, it's similar to someone choosing the lesser of an evil when it comes to voting. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she chose Japan. You don't think, you know what I mean, these so-called Japanese, they ain't got to pay when Christ come back. They're going to have to pay. But she did the same thing that black people did with voting. Just choose the lesser of the evil. So what about your black card? It ain't going to be revoked? You think you go vote, what's his name? Biden in. And all these things still going on to black people. Where's the change? You understand? And now you want this sister to go put her career on the line for America. To hell with that, man. She chose the less evil. She did the same thing you all did when you all went and vote.
So like Captain, I thought, would you say? Let me tell you, these black people, some of these people are so much hypocritical. Like they don't have the authority to even speak on this. Like, you have, listen to what I'm telling you. For all the brothers and sisters that are listening out there, you have black people who are married to white people who are saying your black card is revoked. Who the hell are you to even speak on this? You got black people who are married to white people saying, well, she ain't black enough. That's how I know we at the end. Because you Negroes, you think black now is like, it just shows you how you look at our culture. Our culture now has been reduced to something you wear. A hairstyle, or or way we rap, or the way you sing. It's not even looked at as this is a part of their culture, meaning their identity, which is why you call us identity extremists.
Right. Because
we're extreme about representing ourselves.
Right.
And you show me what nation is not extreme about their identity. You think the Japanese are not extreme about identity? The Japanese just had a sign that said Japanese only. They had a backlash over that. In the Olympics, Japanese only signs. This is why
I want people to remember too. They say, they was banning the Black Lives Matter. They don't want no mention of it. But remember, this sister, before she stepped down from all them competitions, was protesting like hell on the court and giving them reporters hell. Like the reporter say, well, what was you trying to what was he trying to what meaning was he trying to give with these masks? She tell the reporter, well, what meaning did you get? Don't be surprised if this daughter Levi of the sons of Israel goes down to Japan and tears them out the frame on the court, and then when the camera go in front of her face, start running down all the people that America done murdered and Japan done stood by.
That's right.
Listen, she gonna do the real kamikaze.
Exactly.
Go down there and do the real life kamikaze. Go down there and be a full sacrificial lamb. Just so like, you know, even to compare it to the king. But don't be surprised if she goes down there and do it. We in that current. You seeing what was it Gwen Berry? What Gwen Berry did on the podium for the Olympic trials with the she threw the hammer or the shot put?
Right.
She turned her back on the anthem. She turned the other way.
That's right.
Somebody else did a protest too. Who was it? You had the Gwen Berry. Somebody else did a protest too with the same same type of sentiment in the Olympic trials.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the time how the Lord say He's going in the book of Joel. I will return the captivity of Judah and of Israel to the earth. Meaning, I'm going to remind y'all. Y'all think we forgot? I'm going to remind y'all. Like this girl in her short life and in this career that most black people don't really follow unless them Williams sisters playing. She was ready to throw it all away. She married a brother.
That's right.
Took the quote unquote ghetto ass brother to the US Open. He done posing and doing all kind of things in the camera until they telling him stand up. And she stuck all the way with him.
That's
then started putting names of dead black people, not Japanese people.
That's right.
Not white people in America, dead black and Hispanic brothers and sisters
on
her damn face. Go in front of the camera and say, what you all doing? I don't want to talk about tennis.
Right.
Because what's going on in the world is so much more than tennis. In fact, I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play. Bring into light how much mental stress black people has be under from all the oppression. And then say, you know what? I will play. I'll go down to the Olympics. What do you think she's planning? She's an Israelite after all. I.S.U.P.K is in her blood. In her.
That's right.
What do you think she's planning? I'm on the edge of my seat, Salaki. How much she gonna spiritually be Judith on that court and just cut the head over everybody and come across the whole thing? They're gonna cut her live feed. All of a sudden, ain't no tennis. They ain't gonna show no tennis on the Olympics no more because she after this Olympics, y'all say y'all revoke her black card. They're going to crucify this girl. She go down there and defend us. They're going to crucify her in the media, and it's going to be horrible. So like
it was so heavy. What's so heavy, Captain Shock, is that the sport courage. First of all, courage is contagious.
That's right.
And when you have and see now we in the time now of redefining what a champion means in Israel. A champion is not just because of your athletic prowess or your skill on the field or on whatever tarmac that not tarmac, but the field or stadium that you in. But now what makes a champion, what's going to be looked at as a champion is how you look. It's almost how it was with Ali. How you look at your people, how you represent your people. ESPN catching hell right now because the race card is at full front. You understand? And all sports is simulated warfare.
That's right.
Make no mistake. That's why the general brought out about how they use sports to deal with the masculinity and the aggression of Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. Anybody that studies sports knows it's simulated warfare.
Right.
Red versus the blue. This side versus this side. Who can take this ground? Who can take the high ground? And so forth. It's the same thing. So we are now seeing the transition with especially a lot of these young athletes in the age of social media, of course, listening to none other than I.S.U.P.K. I will say that boldly because we're not number one, we're the only one.
That's right.
Make no mistake about it. All these talking points you hearing these people talk about, it was started here.
Right.
And I'll say it both, and we got the videos and the evidence to prove it up. A lot of them are quoting Bible scriptures.
Right.
So we in all these different avenues. The Lord's word says he's not going to return. His word not going to return void.
Right.
So you see what's going on with Osaka, aka Soccer to me, putting it out there on that field, on that tennis court. And it's more sisters. Coco, she next. That sister Coco, she next. She kind of be quiet a little bit, but she next.
Right.
You understand? But this is the type of sister that once again, she's everything Tiger Woods should have been. A lot of Negroes thought Tiger Woods was gonna be like this. You understand? But when they put that green jacket on that nigga at the Masters, you see they shut him that quick. You understand? You like the spirit left that Negro.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is what we got to understand about black people, man. Hispanic and Native American Indian people. Stand for your people.
Right.
That's what you will be remembered by. Standing for your people, your nation, your God. Salaka, sir.
And also too, she tried to tell them, you know what I mean, to hell with the flags, basically. She tried to tell them, yo, they're black people in Brazil. They're black people all over. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she ain't standing for the flag. She's standing for her people.
Right.
And she is not going to fight for no nation that, you know what I mean, slaughters her people. You know what I mean? Haiti is in the way it is because of America. That is the truth. You understand? Haiti is piss poor because of America. You understand? And she knows that her people is suffering because of America and decided to turn her back on America like so many of us should do and come into this truth. And then you're going to learn exactly how to tackle the devil.
That's
how
right.
To tackle America.
That's right.
You ain't gonna, you will see a sport just for being a sport, and that's it. Nothing else. You will choose the people over sports. You come in here and learn this truth that Commander GEN.YAHANNA is teaching all of us.
That's right.
That's right. That's the only power play she have. You so right now, like the only place she has, and this is not to knock the sister, but the only place she has is to just go play for another country and then fight a political battle that way. But a sport should just be a sport. Go out and have fun, exercise, stretch, and come back home. And the real battlefield is on that podium, on that corner.
That's right.
Right.
For a brother, if you a sister, you come in here, you pay up some tithes, you marry one of these brothers and support them all the way into war, like our oppressors' women did with them in World War I and II, and sewed their uniforms and made their bullets and prepared their shoes and their food and sold land so that they could go to war and win and storm the Normandy and go over and hold in Germany. That's what their women did. You have the nerve and the gall after just lighting cars in DC on fire for 4th of July to talk about revoking somebody black card. You lost. You don't understand. You play
right.
what do they call it? Not varsity, intramural. You play intramural sport. We
JV.
the varsity team. You know, we agree with J. What's this, sir? JV. You in the
junior varsity.
You're in the junior varsity. We in the major leagues up in this thing. You know what I mean? This sister here, she doing the best she could do with what she has, which is more than what your leaders have done. Your Martin Luther Kings, which is more than what you have done. You know what I mean? We ain't saying the sister all righteous. She could be a pork eating sister just like everybody else. But she's trying to do something and standing on something. And you talking about revoking her black card. And listen, with all of that, ain't no woman's lip come out for her. Ain't nobody say, well, you're bashing a woman. Right. If it was a man,
that's right.
You all would have said, well, where's all the black love? You know what I mean? Where's all the black love? The black woman suffering. Where's all of that? The comfort they like to give in any other situation. But she's doing something that where, as the scriptures say, how an evil person, I'm paraphrasing, will be disgusted by the righteous man. Like the righteous, humble man, an evil person will be disgusted by it. And just her living, breathing statements, it offends so many people, they have to sling mud on her. They had to do it like that.
And if they want to revoke her black card, what are you going to say about all them basketball players? All them football players?
Right.
You ain't going to revoke their cards because they ain't saying jack squat about black people in America. You understand? They're keeping it to to the contract. They wait until they're like Kwame Brown. When they finish playing, then they're gonna open their mouth. This sister ain't waiting until she finish play to open her mouth. She's opening her mouth right now in the present.
Right.
In the best way she know possible. You understand? Best way she know possible to fight. That's what she is doing, and that's a woman. You understand? And here we don't put women under that type of. We don't put them on the front battle. You understand? But still, this sister willing to take up the mantle to do it. Her the way. Yeah, I mean, she best knows how to do it. You understand?
Yep.
That's why they don't have black people. You all don't have the right to revoke nobody card unless you in here under Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
That's right. Damn right.
Commander GEN.YAHANNA, he gonna make that call.
That's right.
Listen, go ask the police that kills black people if a black card revoked.
Right.
Like push let our oppressor get in the play, and you'll see how quick she be black again. And that's what people tend to forget. Like, we black no matter what you choose to self-identify as.
Right.
Black all the way.
Now, Mashak, I'm gonna say this one thing about this sister. Then we're gonna get to the next story, right? Everybody is amazed at what she's saying. But you know she never trashed her father on TV.
Right.
How did she learn about black people and how to support black people? Who taught her that? Her who?
Right.
Her father.
That's right.
You see the importance of having a man in a household is?
That's right.
Like, they did everything they can to take the brother out of the house and out of the kids' lives and let women run it when her father was there.
That's right.
So now she can now relate to things happening to brothers because she knows she's part of that heritage.
That's right.
You understand? Even though she got her mom's side fine, whatever, but she know that her father's side is being persecuted.
Right.
And the black people. And she identifies with them.
That's right.
And the only way you're going to know that is because your father taught you. Right. You understand me? That man took time to teach his daughter. You understand me? Which shows the importance of having a brother in the household, is which they trying to destroy the land called America, man.
That's right.
They trying to stop it. But what you don't realize is that the Lord wanted that way. And you fighting to try to stop brothers that be in their household, their families, you fighting against the Most High. And you're gonna lose.
That's right.
You know how I know? Look at what happened with that sister. Look what happened to her. What she talking about? She talking about what's going on with black people.
That's right.
And how she found out about how she done it? That man right there, her father.
Yes, sir.
And she took heed. And she listened. Reminds me of the story of Purim. But her sister listened to Mordecai.
That's right.
And I'm not saying she that sister. I'm not saying she Esther and that's Mordecai. But yo, she listened to what her father telling her to do.
So like
and he done taught her.
It's damn near similar.
Say again, Naita.
I said, Salaki says, damn near similar. And
Yeah,
to the point whereas the father, I would not, as you said it, sir, I would believe that he told her to go play for Japan. I believe he told her to do it, and that's why she decided to go do it as you're saying it. And I mean, just how you're bringing it out, sir.
And listen,
I believe I tell her to go. You go play for Japan. To hell with America.
And listen, I can't say if he did or not, but this is what I do know, Naita. I do know that she is in tune with what's going on with her father's people.
Right. That's right.
She is fully in tune to all the injustice, man.
That's right.
In 2021, with all this damn money and wealth in America, she put it to the side. And guess what? All them cats who are afraid to do it come kissing her behind. All them Hollywood stars who got all this money and are afraid to take a stance for black and
right.
Indians. She did it. And let me tell you this here. One quick thing, honey, you got it. Let me tell you how she knows more about who she is than what she letting on. And she's saying something to the whole world. When she said that there's black people in Brazil.
That's right.
Where does that come from?
That's right.
What is she learning? You understand?
Exactly.
Who is she listening to?
Right.
Where'd she get that from?
Right.
She let the whole world know about these 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Now, she might not be saying it. She might not be pushing out the shield of David. But for sure, she knows something.
That's right.
And she in tune with loving her people more than half these damn, not gonna say more than all these so-called groups out here that's loving the Africans and all those old kind of Hamites and everything else. She down with black people, yo.
Yeah.
Hispanic and Native Indians. That's what she down with. And willing, listen, you know, you got some cats out here who said, you got a warrant, I'm turning you in. I take that $2 grand.
Right.
She threw away millions of dollars to take a goddamn stance.
That's right.
I'm done. Go ahead. Who wants to say something?
So like, John, and this is a perfect, sir.
Go ahead.
And this is a perfect example of, even though his father married that Japanese and had, but one thing I can say about the father, that the masculinity, it just shows you how like you said, the dynamic of a man, how masculinity put into a young girl and shows her how to become a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like enough of the battle of the sexes. This father right here taught that young girl about her culture and her people, and look what it has done to her as a woman, and how she's respected. Even Serena Williams, like after she pulled out and said, "Man, I'm canceling it because of my mental health." Then now Serena wanted to cancel, talk about it for many reasons. She didn't even like they trying to follow. It just shows you how this sister right here, gentlemen, they listening. These athletes are listening. We clashing with some of them on Twitter.
That's
I think the brothers they in the clubhouse, we getting it on. So ain't no mistake about what we doing and what we saying, because for her to say, like you said, there's black people in Brazil, black people, the Lord said he would scatter us to the four corners of the earth. And in the end, he would bring us back from all nations, all tongues. We're going to come under one umbrella.
That's
like
right.
it said in the book of Ezekiel. You understand? Bone connected to bone. You understand? That is what we going to. You understand it? And you better get ready for the ride. I don't see why you're not in these classes. I don't see why you don't got your son enrolled in the Hebrew Academy.
That's right.
I don't see why you ain't got your sister in here learning about womanhood, and they damn near have to bring back charm school. Womanhood and how to carry herself,
right,
and to represent her family with honor.
Right.
You understand? This is what we have promoted and been teaching under Commander Gen.YAHANNA and I.S.U.P.K. Womanhood, sisterhood, brotherhood, fatherhood. All those things are under that umbrella. You can't understand brotherhood and sisterhood if you selfish.
Yep.
You understand?
If I could,
you can't understand fatherhood.
If I could, Rashad, real fast, I'm sorry. Could you imagine if every young girl in the ghetto, the bottom, and the reservations had a father like that, and he was in their lives? The choices that they would make, how different their lives would be. She said, "I want a husband like my daddy."
That's right.
You know what I mean? I want a man in my life like my daddy. And she went and got him, and they give a damn what nobody said, and stood by him and standing by him and his people. Can you imagine if we all had that, man? That's why Commander Gen.YAHANNA said this: we need a black man in every black house.
That's right.
That's what we need. And that's what they trying to fight us from having, man. But it's why we got the drugs in the ghetto. But it's why the murder rate is sky high. Who the hell giving these young brother guns?
Right.
Who the hell giving these young brother ghost guns? Who doing it?
That's right.
We don't have no last name Smith and goddamn Wesson.
Right.
We don't have last name Ruger Glock.
That's right.
You understand me? We ain't got no damn bullet manufacturing plants, but somehow or another, they giving it to these young brothers. Because guess what? These young brothers in the homes without fathers to teach them the right way.
That's right.
Well, how she was raised her daddy is how Commander Gen.YAHANNA raised the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You be there for your family. You raise your daughters the right way. They can make the right choice, man.
That's right.
When they have kids, them kids come up right.
That's right.
I cut you out. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done with it. I'm not going to go behind that, General. You said it all, General Salaki.
So I just want to piggyback on the point you was bringing out earlier, General. Like how you say she talk about there's black people in Brazil. She did not say there's black people in Japan.
Right.
Like she didn't start reaching. She didn't start, well, well, there's black people somewhere in Japan, which there are, but she's concerned with it. Like, I see exactly what you're saying. So, like, she's where Israel is down there, like saying, there's apples in the store, but there might be an apple 2 miles away in a tree somewhere. You go to where it is. And she's bringing that shit out like the Lord for sure is pouring out the Spirit in these last days. So like I said, I know we might a little bit over the time. I don't know if you wanted to get the Monkeypox story.
All right, last story, brother. Let's get it. Come on.
Yeah, let's close with that story. Let me get the Monkeypox. The
Oh, Lord.
The Monkeypox.
And Cap, while you're getting that too, and that's the proof that she doesn't give a damn about the flag.
Right.
She doesn't give a damn about the Japan flag. She doesn't give a damn about the American flag. She does not. Otherwise, she would not have bring out other black people in other countries.
Right.
You understand?
Exactly. Oh, wait, this Monkeypox here, boy. I'm looking for an image that ain't gonna make nobody vomit. But it's please.
Come on. Dallas resident.
The Monkeypox.
After the COVID, it's the Monkeypox.
Dallas resident has Texas's first ever case of monkeypox, but it's not a reason for alarm. The patient who traveled to Dallas from Nigeria is in isolation at a hospital.
No, wait, hold on. From where?
Who traveled to Dallas from Nigeria?
From the Igbo tribe?
From Nigeria.
God damn. I.S.U.P.K. Get that monkey off your back, Nigeria.
Once again,
they're gonna have to explain this.
Hey, Con, I'm with you on that as well, Con. I'm there with you. But once again, man, this is the fault of the Christian church, man.
Right.
For not doing the job they were supposed to. Because you want to join us to these other nations, man, is why these things are going on. Which is why the Lord said to separate from them, man. Now, we're going to have to do business, of course.
Right.
Work, of course. But the spirit belongs to your people, man.
Right.
And let me say this to you. They do the same exact thing with themselves. They don't join us. Right. They separate themselves from us. They'll work with you at your job, right? When they work with you at the job, they smile, talk to you, have small talk with you. But when they go home, do you go home with them?
Right.
When you go home, do they call you and say, yo, man, you want to come over for dinner? No, they don't do none of that, man. Their lives are separate.
That's right.
You understand? Because that's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
You understand me? But the Christian church then flipped the whole narrative and changed the whole shit up now. Now, you know, cats who down with Nigeria got to deal with the monkeypox now.
I wonder how that monkeypox come around.
Man, and let me say this to you.
Monkeypox.
Oh, Lord.
Good night.
It's a lot.
Oh, Lord.
That was like,
Shall I say, oh, Lord. God damn.
I'm going to say this to you, man. And for everybody listening,
yuck.
The Lord said my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yep.
You better get that knowledge of the truth inside of your chest and change your life, man. Right. And stop praying. Stop thinking about your personal lust and what you want all the goddamn time and that whole thing with me. And learn how to become somebody different according to the Lord, because if not, you're going to run from the COVID and run right into the monkeypox.
That's right.
That's right.
And there's more things the Lord got out here, man. Y'all done forgot about the HIV, the AIDS, the blicky. No. That's still out there.
Yep.
Y'all better change our lives and stop playing with the Most High, man. You understand me? These brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, Cat, Mashak, Naita, Kahan, you know what I mean? All the other officers in the chat room as well, and the video, and you know, for the live feed tonight. Y'all better listen to these brothers and what they telling you and change our lives. The Lord is not playing. Like, we laughing about this here, but it ain't no damn joke.
Right.
It ain't no joke. You can't take this for naught.
I'm telling monkey.
You understand me? Oh, come on, read it. Go ahead,
Go ahead. A Dallas resident has been diagnosed with monkeypox, the first case of the virus ever reported in a human in Texas.
officials said Friday, but they stressed that the risk posed to the general public was very low.
I ain't believing nothing them say with that thing. So like the Lord done bring in the plagues of Egypt upon this place.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I see them things there. So if I could get the scripture, the scripture, please. If I get the scripture, the Lord, like we don't have the COVID. We had COVID-19 since 2019 till 2021. Now everybody all vaxxed up, right? Right? Maybe something to get that vax up, right? Everybody vaxxed up. Once you get that vax up, now the monkey's swinging in. Now you get the vaccine. The monkey say, "Hold my bear, hold my banana, hold my banana. I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot." So like it, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 9, verse 9, and it shall become small dust, all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with glands upon man and upon beast.
Read it one more time. Shall be what?
And shall be a boil breaking forth with glands upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt.
And this is spiritually Egypt. It said it shall be boils upon man and beast. The article Kazak just read said this is the first monkeypox they see in people, which means they were seen in animals before. Now, don't come and tell me about no Medru Netta and no what's the other one? The Quran and the Baba and Gita, and none of them talk about the pox. None of them talk about the COVID. Listen, the Bible talk about you would be burning your own bodies in India due to the COVID. The Bible said he gonna turn you into stubble, make them like a wheel, like the fire burn it before the wind. And he was burning your parents. Now the Bible talk about the plagues of Egypt being revisited on this kingdom again. Monkeypox land in Dallas with a passport. I'm being like a Mexican across the border, but the plagues coming though. Ain't no ICE, ain't no immigration services for plagues. They're coming. They're coming and they will overtake you if you're on the wrong side of the Lord.
That's
true. Good night. Monkeypox.
And Mashak, check this out, right?
Yes, sir. Salaki.
The COVID not done.
Right.
Like, okay, they worrying about that Delta strain. But that black fungus that come from where? It come from Elon. Come from the East Indians.
Right.
It's here. You understand? And they know it ain't done with yet. And then the Lord come back here with the monkeypox. You understand me? See, the Most High know how to shut a thing down without doing anything, man.
Yeah.
You understand me? And this is the reason this is going on because of what you have done to us. You understand me? That y'all better listen to that cat Kilpatrick.
Yeah.
Kilpatrick told you there's a punishment to pay for what you have done to his chosen people.
Right.
You understand me? And now you have it. Here it is. You understand me? But this is the key. Give me second address 2 and 26 real fast. This is the key. And for you brothers and sisters out there wondering why we always say get in the I.S.U.P.K, learn to change your life, this is the reason why. You understand? This is the reason why.
Ain't no code and ain't no stocks and bonds going to change your life.
Right. Nope. Ain't none of that going to change life. But this will. Let's see. Somebody got it from me, shop.
Second entrance.
Yes, sir.
Chapter 2, verse 26.
That's what I want.
As for the servants whom I have given thee.
Who are the servants? The servants are the children of Israel. And in particular, the ones who come to this truth and change their life. You are now the servants of the Lord.
Right.
That's it.
You understand me? Go ahead.
Come. There shall not one of them perish.
Go ahead.
For I will require them from among thy number.
Continue.
Come. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
All throughout the COVID, guess where we was going? Texas.
Yep.
Cookouts. Home. Yep. We doing the work of the Lord, man. Having classes continually. Continue reading.
The heathen shall envy thee.
Go ahead.
But they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
God will come. My hands shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Meaning that destruction coming from the Lord, man. It's here in the earth and it's coming. You know what I mean? The monkeypox. Woo-wee. What the heck is that?
This.
Oh, man.
Death.
Oh, man. Man.
Salaga General too. It said be married. So shout out to the brothers who had them beautiful children. It's COVID-19. Malakwa and Brian.
Yeah, man.
And Brian and all them other brothers.
Yeah.
They was married
all over too. UK was making kids. They was making kids in Canada. They was making kids all over.
Yeah.
One thing we're not making is the monkeypox. Not making that. To get the monkey off your back.
And I want to say one more thing, Mashak, on that too. You know, Satan come at a lot of brothers and sisters. I want to say this here. Because I see a lot of things on Facebook and all kinds. Satan come at all y'all with all kind of stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got to fight for the truth until the end, man. Endure.
Right.
Fight. Don't lose that spirit of warfare the Lord gave you, man.
Right.
You brothers in here, all of y'all have been, most of y'all have been in Hebrew Academy and changed their life. Y'all continue. The Bible says, strive for the truth unto death.
That's right.
That's what brothers and sisters as well. You understand me? You fight to keep your spirit in the school, man. Keep your spirit with the Lord. You fight for it, man. And guess what? You won't see the Most High fight for you, man.
That's right.
Things you're dealing with right now, it may seem heavy. It may seem like it's the end of the earth. But guess what? It ain't really nothing, man.
That's right.
It's a ploy Satan using to try to get you up out of here. That's all it is. It's game.
Right.
It's a hustle. Don't fall for the hustle.
That's right, sir.
You understand me? Just like a cat, just like a young girl without a father, she can hustle by them niggas in the street.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Israel, you got fathers. You know who they are? Start with Commander GEN.YAHANNA, 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 myself, General Salmar, General Kasam, General Q, all the captains and officers down there. You got fathers now.
That's
right. So
right.
we trying to stop you from getting hustled by Satan.
That's right.
You understand me? You got an issue, you bring forth that issue, let's get it dealt with.
Right.
You understand me? And let's move forward with this here, man. And by doing that, we're going to go get other brothers and sisters. Bring them on here, teach them the same exact way. They'll get the help they need like how you got the help you needed.
Right.
And that's how we're going to build a righteous nation in the face of our enemies.
That's
you hear
right.
me? They watching, they listening, they hearing, they've been doing it. But they can't do nothing to stop God's plan. You understand me? Let's stay focused, y'all. With that being said, Mashak, we out of here, man. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all pay y'all tithes.
That's right.
ISUPK.com. Mashak, drop down Commander GEN.YAHANNA's new website. I don't know it by heart, but you know how to drop that thing. You get it. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Mashak. Tell them about the Commander GEN.YAHANNA's new website.
Blackwatch.news, blackwatch.news. Y'all go type it in, blackwatch.news. This is the website right here. Y'all type it in, everything gonna be moving to that site. Y'all go up right here, this little red button, subscribe. You hit that button, you put in your name, your email, and hit submit straight to the Commander GEN.YAHANNA direct mailing list, blackwatch.news. Y'all make sure y'all go check out that site. The site is banging, it's popping. You pay your tithes right here. All the videos is loaded up. All the latest news, latest videos, latest interviews is going to be on there as well. Also, don't forget on YouTube. On YouTube, he has Blackwatch News. Blackwatch News, that's the channel. Make sure and subscribe to that channel. That's what we're on right now. Blackwatch News. There'll be one Blackwatch News. This is the channel right here. You see we live right now. Right, all these videos on this channel. Everything is there. Blackwatch News, his new channel. Make sure and type it in. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Tell everybody. Make sure they subscribe to it.
Kahan, you hit him with it, Kahan. Let's get it. And we out of here.
Make sure you pay your tithe. Hey, and you know we right, hit like. Right now we live, so you need to subscribe. And if you really care, you need to hit share.
That's right.
And there you have it.
Right. That's right.
All right, shalom, Israel.
Shalom, General.
Yeah, but Shabbat Katham.
Thumb.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. See me, they like, ooh, chemo sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabe. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, Kimo Sabe got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got this drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. See me, they like, ooh, Kimo Sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drums, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas